Welcome to Seeds of Serenity, Daily Nourishment for Spiritual Strength and Healing, Volume 1. This series was born from a place of deep transformation, of walking through seasons of struggle, of learning to trust in God's promises, and of discovering that even in our most broken moments, we are being gently held and lovingly restored. As someone who has faced and overcome many personal adversities, I know what it means to feel overwhelmed, uncertain, or weary in spirit. But I also know the power of daily spiritual nourishment, the kind that brings peace to the anxious heart, hope to the discouraged soul, and strength to those who feel like they have none left to give. Throughout this spiritual journey of daily nourishment, I share pieces of my own story, weaving in personal experiences alongside practical tools for healing and growth. My prayer is that these reflections not only uplift you, but also remind you that you are never alone. Each day offers a gentle invitation to pause, reflect, and reconnect with the one who heals, strengthens, and restores. Whether you're in a season of recovery, transition, or simply seeking a deeper connection with God, may these seeds of serenity take root in your heart and blossom into a renewed sense of hope, faith, and spiritual resilience. The Transformative Power of Gratitude. Early in my healing journey, at a time when my mind was filled with resentment, anger, and self-pity, I found it difficult to muster up any sense of gratitude for my situation, the challenges I was facing, and the overall circumstances of my life. Hopelessness was an ever-present feeling, always just below the surface, an emotion that could also surge upward like a wave, causing me to feel I might drown in the despair. Back then, gratitude seemed impossible and unattainable. At that time in my life, there wasn't much I believed I had to warrant any feelings of gratitude. Yet what I've learned since then is that there's always something to be grateful for, and it often starts with reframing negative circumstances and identifying the small things we often overlook or take for granted. Let me tell you the story of two women who were sitting on a bench waiting for a bus. Both women had recently fallen on hard times, and as a result, no longer had access to a car to take them to and from work. Both women were in similar circumstances, but had drastically different mindsets. While one was sitting on the bench, feeling humiliated, angry, and worried about who might see her waiting for the bus, the other woman was thinking about how incredibly grateful she felt for having a way to get to work. I remember when I first heard this story and the immediate pang of guilt that struck me for identifying more with the angry woman in the story. Fortunately, I also had an epiphany. I began to realize that it's possible to find gratitude in even the most devastating and painful experiences, and that gratitude is a choice. When I started my daily gratitude practice, it was the beginning of a transformative experience that reshaped my mindset and opened the door to true joy and peace. When we choose to cultivate gratitude, we shift our focus from what's lacking to the abundance that already exists in our lives. This shift in perspective rewires our thoughts, making us more resilient in the face of challenges and more receptive to the beauty and blessings that surround us. Practicing gratitude doesn't mean ignoring struggles or suppressing difficult emotions. Rather, it allows us to hold both joy and hardship in balance. It teaches us to see life through a lens of hope, to recognize that even in our darkest moments, light is present within us. A grateful heart cultivates kindness, patience, and humility, qualities that enrich our interactions and create a ripple effect of love and appreciation. Let's begin today's meditation. Focus your attention on your breath, closing your eyes if that feels comfortable for you. And we begin with a reflection. What burden or worry feels heavy today? Acknowledge it and then intentionally shift your focus to what is good and present. Ask God to help you see with eyes of gratitude and to be transformed by the joy it brings. Dear God, help me see with eyes of gratitude and to be transformed by the joy it brings. Think of 3 things you're grateful for, big or small. Let each one lift your spirit and soften your heart. Repeat the affirmation, I release what I cannot control. And now, a moment of silence. Sit in quiet reflection, allowing your heart to rest in thankfulness. Breathe in gratitude, breathe out worry. Rest in God's goodness. Be still and know that He is near.